patterns. Reflecting on your life, think about experiences that cause pain, tension, and or chaos. So get your journal and let's begin. What is the source of chaos in your life? How did these situations arise? So you can just pause between each question. Take a moment, really write on it, reflect. Who was involved? How did this person or people come to be in your life? Have relationships with different people left you in the same type of pain? Have different encounters left you feeling the same despair? Where are the common denominators? What parts of these encounters did you or do you have control over? What parts did you or do you not have control over? Life tends to continue representing the same lesson until we have passed that round. Not because life is some cruel trick, well, maybe it is, but because we can only operate in the realm that we have grown into. We can only operate in the realm that we have grown into. When the food is in the kitchen and we are stuck in the basement, we have to find a way out in order to eat. Take a different road. A story. Once upon a time, a man was walking down the road. All of a sudden, he found himself at the bottom of a big, dark pit. He was terrified. Feeling hopeless and discouraged, he had no idea what happened. He soon realized that he had fallen into a giant pothole. Searching for a way out, he couldn't manage on his own. Luckily, people passing by came to his rescue and helped him get out. He went home angry that there was such a devastating pit in the road. How could this be? Why hasn't someone done something about this hole? The next week, the man was walking down the same road and fell into the pothole again. This time, he immediately recognized what happened, but he was stuck regardless. Crying out for help, gracious people nearby ran over and helped him get out. He went home in disbelief that this had happened to him again. He still couldn't believe this pit existed and was irritated at the condition of the world. The following week, the man fell in the pit for the third time. This time, he had a few strategies that had helped him get out the previous days. After hours and hours of strenuous work, he was able to get out on his own. Angry about the pit's very existence, he also became frustrated with himself for falling in a third time. He was sore, exhausted, and outraged that this kept happening to him. A week later, the man was walking down that same street again. As he approached the pothole, he remembered his previous falls. He saw the pothole approaching, but became distracted and fell in anyway. By this time, he had developed a pretty solid technique and was able to get out within a few hours. The next week, the man saw the pothole from a good distance away. He felt so proud of himself for spotting it and used every ounce of intention to walk around it safely. For the first time, he didn't fall in. Hooray! He looked at the pit, taking some time to ponder why it was still there. He wondered how many other people had fallen in, and whether or not they had figured out how to get out on their own like he did. He carried on with his day, excited to have avoided repeating this mistake. The next week, instead of risking it, the man looked at a map, left his house earlier, and took a different street. He reported the pothole to the officials and notified his friends and family of the dangers of the pit on the street. A problem for one, once addressed, can evolve into a solution for all. This is a story adapted from Portia Nelson. Recognizing the opportunities to learn a lesson will continue presenting themselves in different scenarios until we learn. And we can put a whole new spin on how we walk through life. Now when we sense tension, disharmony, fear, chaos, or weakness, look for the lesson that will exalt all parties involved. Now when we sense tension, disharmony, fear, chaos, or weakness, or what we perceive to be failure, look for the lesson that will exalt all parties involved. Choosing to go after your best self can enlighten your mind to creative methods and mindsets that will bring about abundance, peace, joy, and light to the world. When in darkness, we have no idea what it is that we are not seeing. Opportunity for breakthrough. Discovering where you are at in your journey is key. Which rounds of your obstacle course continue representing themselves? Begin paying attention to repeated similar scenarios. Next time someone or something offends you, or an opportunity to repeat an old behavior comes up, look for the opportunity within the situation to push and promote you to your next level of greatness. Who are you in the version of yourself that no longer makes those same mistakes and no longer repeats those patterns? Meditation clears the mind, develops focus, and improves mental control. This is a great life practice, especially in the developed world, as we are bombarded by texts, emails, social media messages, phone calls, TV, ads, blah, 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 all while trying to be wherever it is that we physically are. Refer to these ideas, subscribe to SeedSoilWater, and you can follow along. When I am left in complete and utter confusion, I kneel down and acknowledge the presence of the Creator of the universe, and I am still in His renewing presence. Absorbing His peace that surpasses understanding, I patiently await for the download that directs my next move. The potential sacrifice that comes with this opportunity for breakthrough is time. Finding time to create space to be still can be a battle. You may have to sacrifice a few minutes of sleep to get in tune with your baseline, either in the morning or in the evening. Pain. Growth hurts. We are forced to grow until we become adults. Infant to toddlers, toddlers to child, child to adolescent, then to adult. By this time, we should see the pattern, realizing that growing doesn't kill us and we should continue the pursuit on our own. If anything, the absence of growth kills us. We have all seen the alternative option over time, slow and painful deterioration. Pain will be involved either way. We can choose to experience on the front end to strengthen ourselves, or it will find us later when we are less prepared. Pain will be involved either way. We can choose to experience it on the front end through self-discipline to strengthen ourselves, or it will find us later when we are less prepared. Boundaries. In some scenarios, we have a healthy flow in our life, but we have multiple holes in our life bucket, which means we are losing our deposits just about as fast as we are putting them in. This may be due to our overly compassionate spirit that leads us to give beyond our capacity. Maybe we feel compelled to help everyone everywhere. I have learned through firsthand experience that this may manifest into what we call enabling. Developing boundaries is crucial. Discovering and developing self-love is the most effective way to fine-tune boundaries. It is uncomfortable at first, but critical to seal those holes, allowing our bucket to overflow. Discomfort. Discomfort is bound to accompany any great change. Comfort kills. New is not synonymous with bad. There is a season for everything. Stay committed and remember that this too shall pass if you let it.